Hey everyone, it's Will The Wordsmith, and I'm working on my stand-up routine for this week's show, and I wanted to give it a trial run, so be patient, let me go through what I wrote, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright everybody, it's Will The Wordsmith, and I thank you all for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get tonight a good show. You know, when I was younger, I always wanted to do different things, like commercials. Everybody loves commercials. Cereal commercials are the best. So when I was little, I actually booked a Cheerios commercial, and I was killing it. I thought I had it in the bag. It was first take, and it was awesome. Then the director yells "cut" in the middle of it, and come to find out, it was a Fruit Loops commercial. So yeah, I'm colorblind, and I tell this to people all the time of every race, so they know that I can't be racist. You know, I've had some crazy chicks that I've dated, so many crazy ones, but there was this insane one where she wanted a role play, actually, and she had a Joker obsession. She wanted to be Harley Quinn and I'd be Joker, and I was like, alright, great, yeah, this girl's kinky. So little did I know, she's really kinky. So I go to the costume shop, and they don't have Joker. It was right around the Dark Knight, so it was cleared out. Everybody was ha ha ha, yeah. But they had Batman and Wonder Woman, and she said she had her own costume, which should have been concerning. But so I get the Batman costume, like maybe she'll be horny enough to ride my bat shift. Well, that was the wrong choice, because I get to her place, and on her walls, it's red paint. Shit. Hope it's red paint. I hope it was. That said, ha ha, why so serious? All over her walls. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I look on her bed. There's whips and handcuffs and chains. And I start panicking. I look over to her dresser, and there's freaking a rape kit. Huge ass dildos. The one that went from huge to fucking huge to rip my asshole out. And next to that, my heart just dropped. It was a Batman voodoo doll. And I went to run out of there. And when I heard her voice say, "It's you. You won't take me again. You won't lock me away. The Batman." And I went, oh fuck. And she comes at me. So I take the hugest dildo, and it's about 20 pounds, and I whip it across her face, and she knocks out. And then I run out of there crying like a little bitch. I'm like, and I call the cops. Like, this is crazy, man. She's trying to. And then they tell me that the chick who's wearing a Harley Quinn uniform wasn't a costume. This was a uniform. Like, she had this, like, detailed and everything. They tell me that she actually escaped from Arkham Asylum 4 months earlier. You know, we all have crazy odd-end jobs. Because I'm still doing crazy ones while pursuing comedy. And I used to sell funeral plots. Terrible job. And it wasn't the worst. I've done way worse. Gravediggers, you know, everything. But I was in the middle of selling a funeral plot, and we had this closed deal. He was doing every top-notch, everything. And right towards the end of it, he died. And I miss you every day, Pop. R.I.P. Speaking of death, I went to the doctors recently, and they told me that I was depressed and unhealthy, which I believe they tell everybody, because as a return customer, salesman here, you know. And so he wanted to put me on meds. I'm like, sorry, quack, but I don't do that shit. So I said I'll try some natural remedies. Call my weak guy up, roll a blunt, and as we're smoking it, my weak guy tells me that he does yoga. And I'm like, alright, yeah, I've heard of this. He said, yeah, it helped me out with all my health issues. It even fixed my back, that problem I've been having for years. So I was like, let me give it a try. I ain't got nothing else to do. So I go into the yoga studio, and the instructor is fucking smoking hot. She looks just like Eliza Dushku. And I think to myself, I don't think that Eliza Dushku's career went that bad, and she's teaching yoga right now. So I was like, alright, lucky enough. And she looks at me like, here's another fat ass that ain't gonna last the class. Which was right, but so we're trying the beginner poses and everything like that, and I just start squirting out sweat, and I hit the girl next to me, and she's like, ew, and she raises her hand, and I'm thinking we're in 3rd grade all over again, tattletale, and she says, excuse me, he's sweating all over me, and I tell her, hey baby, if you like that, I can sweat on you all night long. And then Eliza Dushku pulls my ear across the studio corner. We get to the corner of the studio, and she says, you can't act like that in here. And furthermore, what are you doing here? I was like, trying to learn yoga. And she said, no, what are you doing here? Your body is supposed to be treated like a temple, and yours is like the temple of doom. And I said, straight on serious, and I look at her and I was like, namaste, thank you. And then she's like, get the fuck out! Get the fuck out of here! So I'm out. Thanks. Will the Wordsmith. Thanks